Jimmy is different from Jimmy. When Ghanaians double the thing, it's an insult. Jimmy is okay. Jimmy. Ghanaians, when we want to make something worse, we double it. Like sickness, like jiba, crossa. Even in the gay, they say chum. Like, can't it be just one? Now the salad that has come, if they serve it for you, it's like light soup. I don't know if you have seen it. There's chicken. I went to buy salad one day. The one was like, "Pacho, that was some prekese." Say prekese. Now that so like it's a requirement. Those big shows, you go with like tried and tested jokes.
Sure.
And then I went with some new jokes. I bombed. And I had 20 minutes on stage.
Wow.
And the first 5 minutes I have bombed.
Wow.
So like imagine the next 50.
Yeah.
And usually a comedian, you arrange your jokes in a way that the first part is like yeah. And I've bombed the first 5 minutes. Now they are like looking at me like, and I'm like, okay. I cannot leave the stage because I haven't gotten my balance here from Charterhouse, Charlie. So I had to keep bombing. Yo, it was a bloody scene on the stage. Like the guy before me was Kenny Black. He killed. Like the guy tore the stage up, and so I was next. And me, I brought it over the fire down. It was bad. That bombing was crazy. And I felt like giving up.
Hi guys, you're welcome to the Jenny Lifestyle Lounge. You guys, I get extremely excited when we are about to have conversations like this. Today, we are not just talking about comedy or optometry. We are getting into the life of Obi Amponsah and who actually he is. Now, let's see if he's funnier on stage behind the mic or during an eye exam. Let's find out. Hi, Obi.
Hi, Jenny.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You mentioned my name.
Yeah.
My name is Jennifer. What is your name?
My name is Obi Amponsah.
What is the Obi? The Obi know is what? Obi Nimo or something?
Obi is Oberima.
Oberima.
Yeah.
Oberima Amponsah.
Oberima Amponsah Ako.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like my full name.
That's fine.
Yes, royalty name.
Ampa. I like this on you.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, Hindi. Just Odi Adio.
Me Diade.
Opa Pecha now Mamichi.
Well, yeah, my dad's side. Yeah,
okay. I'm so glad to have you here.
So glad to have this conversation.
Well, we're actually going to have fun. So I know my people are ready for a good laugh.
Yeah.
A very, very good laugh. You guys grab some water because you might be talking along the way. Anyway, tell me just something little about Obi. Who is Obi Amponsah? Apart from us knowing you to do stand-up comedy, what's something little we have to know about you that your audience, your fans don't know?
Yeah, well, I think right now, everybody knows much about me, like in the public space, except maybe some personal stuff, like which.
But what's one thing that if your fans should hear, they'll be surprised that we didn't know this?
Yeah, that I hate boxer shorts. Maybe they like to hear.
Or go and tippy.
Sometimes.
Even on stage, and I will fear.
Well, yeah. both times. You have a problem with that?
How is that? That one will still when you get to stage.
I think it's just a natural feeling. I just don't like restrictions.
You don't like to wear panties?
No, not panties. Boxers.
Boxers are panties. They cover up.
Underwear. It's too restricted. Like, I think in our environment and the climate we live in, the human balls should be allowed some ventilation. People are just too strict. Nah, it's too much.
I see.
Sometimes, it doesn't have to be all the time,
But you're an ophthalmologist, right?
I'm an optometrist.
Optometrist,
yeah.
Sorry. So you sit in an AC. It's also heat.
Oh yeah, there's the air conditioning working all right. I don't care the environment. Like, after the air conditioning, I'll live.
You said, yeah, climate,
Yeah, but
I'm saying in
if you consulting room, I'm a quite wanting. And I'm a quite wanting. You are back. You are back to. I went. And then I went
change and then
why would I put myself through all that stress?
Because we have patients,
They are okay.
Yeah,
they are okay. Well, how would I worry them though?
Anyway, let's know a little bit about your childhood days, where you grew up, school, and all that. Tell us something.
Well, so my full name, like I mentioned, is Amponsah.
Okay.
I grew up most of my life in the Bunga region.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad was a civil servant. He's retired now. Senior civil servant. He's retired now. So we used to get transferred between towns. You know, we came from Kintampo.
Okay.
Then we went to Drobo. We went to Goso, and then he came to Sawam. Then we went to Takrady. All these times we were following him. So yeah, most of my childhood was in the Bunga region. I went to Bekumakap Complex.
Okay.
It's a school, boarding school at primary 4. That was when I started boarding school. And I went to Opokuwari school, not senior high, Opokuwari school. And then I went to do optometry in UCC.
Okay.
Yes, it was, yeah. So basically, like, my life is like that. And, I stayed in, like I said, Kintampo, Drobo, Bekum, Goso, in Sawam, Kaswa. Yeah, and now, yeah, my parents are in Sawam now. So yeah.
You do stand-up comedy. How did that begin for you?
When I was in the boarding house, you know, back in the days, I don't know if you remember when there was the Commodore, the colors, you know, so during like Saturday night entertainment, like variety, people will be singing, you know, people will be
So
cracking.
you've been funny from ages.
Oh yeah, I've been trying. In fact, we actually had one of these concert party people in our bloodline.
Okay.
I think Ochinoko or something. So like my family know him. So like, he's a family member, one of my uncles actually. And so it didn't come as a surprise when like people,
in the blood.
Yeah, it's kind of in the blood thing. Yeah. So it started like that with this Commodore, color. You know, back in the day, those times you have to tell Tuli. Yeah, and Papa in the corner, then bang, then the drum would do bang. Yeah, I was learning like they had those watches. You know. Those days you had to look funny first before you would be funny. Yeah. These days now, you can wear your suit and all. Yeah. But those days, you had to look funny first with all those. It was called slapstick comedy.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was doing that, and then I went to the uni. So it continued till when I went to SHS, I didn't do much of comedy because I was doing science. I was offering science, and science is difficult. And easy, but I was coming from, I told you, from the Bunga Afro region, Drobo, Bekum boy. And then I've come to OWAS.
Okay.
First time in Kumasi. So like the pressure was tough. I'm meeting students from different schools, like Martyrs of Uganda, like big time schools. So it's not time for comedy and all that, you know. So yeah, I didn't do much of comedy. I was focused on the science. And then when I completed, I went to UCC to do optometry. Even that, I was doing the comedy with amongst the church. Okay. Like my 7-day Adventist church there. We go on trips and then I'll be telling them jokes and all that. So yeah, that's how it started for me. Some friends saw me and were like, Charlie, you have to make a profession out of this. I was like, okay. So they helped me actually organize my first show in when I was in level 600. Yeah, that was my final year. We did our first show.
That's an interesting journey, right? It's been an amazing one.
Yeah.
So when did you actually realize that comedy was going to pay the bills? Like at this point, this was my breakthrough. Comedy is doing it for me.
Yeah, that's a good question. When did I realize this? Pay the bills, or like this is what I want to do?
Pay the bills.
Pay the bills. It will be when I went to Nigeria the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so, well, maybe not Nigeria. It was when MTN started booking me. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it was that money I bought my first car with.
Wow.
Yeah, when MTN, then I said I bought my first car. That didn't mean I have like two. My first and still present car, you know.
Please.
Yeah, very good. Hey, what talk about you? No.
Na say anya wawa ana.
Anya wawa mu. Maybe I said the nyami shower and I was shower. But I'm put me in.
Amen.
Anyway, so yeah, MTN had this thing they were doing, staff retreat something where like they have these retreats for their staff to, you know, refreshing and then start over. So they put me on the first one and it was really good. So let me tell you a short story.
Sure.
On that show, they were considering other comedians. But then somebody had posted a video of mine performing in a church and doing some very cool jokes that really went well. So that's one of the organizers just picked that video and put it in their group chat. They said, okay, let's go for this guy. So like for 6 consecutive shows, I was just with them. They were paying me. I think my first was like 5,000. Oh yeah, those days 5,000 cities, 5,000. You go, it was so cool. Yeah, they made it talk. So that was when I realized, say, it was going to work. And then during one of those events, I had a call from Nabil Alassan, who is the CEO of Event Factory. So he called me. I was like, Basket Mouth wants to put me on his show. Wow. A lot of the reps in Nigeria. Am I ready? I was like, am I ready? I am super ready. Yeah, I was excited. And so that was like my break. I was like, okay, if I can also travel with this to perform to other people in a different country, people who do not even speak Chi, then it means this, I'm on the right course. So yeah, that booking came. I went for that show and realized, this is how like people celebrate stars. Like I got to the airport, there was this guy with his camera dedicated to me. And this was my first time like being open to this kind of stuff. And then there's a camera with me took me to the restaurant, ate anything I would eat, to the hotel, a cool hotel.
Did you by any chance go to any theater school, anything comedy? Because you have now picked it up as a profession.
Yeah.
And I know people are certified with that. So did you by chance had to enroll in any institution like that? Or comedy comes to
I think it was life experience. I went through the school of life. Yeah, where like the things that beat you, the experiences you go through, you just draw the humor from those. You understand?
Talking of all these places you have been, has there been a moment when you have ever said a joke and this joke was whack, like it was bomb, like, Charlie, let me go and sit in my office and go and prescribe glasses to my patients?
Yeah, a lot of times, man.
Wow, give me one of them.
Comedians, actually, we call it bombing. Yeah, when you bomb on stage, it's crazy. I remember my biggest bomb was on 1,000 Laughs. I've bombed a lot. Like, I'm not hiding it. Look, bombing, we all don't excel at our jobs every day.
Right.
Yeah, 1,021 Laughs.
Okay.
Yeah, I had been booked for 1,020, and then I had gone to kill. So they booked me again, 1,021. I was all pride and proud. Like, I felt like this wasn't too much for me. I mean, so I actually went there with new material, and you don't do that as a comedian. When you are going for a show, you write like old, like you go those big shows. You go with like tried and tested jokes.
Sure.
And then I went with some new jokes. I bombed. Then I bombed. And I had 20 minutes on stage.
Wow.
And the first 5 minutes, I have bombed.
Wow.
So like, imagine the next 50.
Yeah.
And usually a comedian, you arrange your jokes in a way that the first part is like, yeah. And I've bombed the first 5 minutes. Now they are like looking at me like, and I'm like, I cannot leave the stage because I haven't gotten my balance yet from Charterhouse, Charlie. So I had to keep bombing. Yo, it was a bloody scene on the stage. Like, and for some funny reason, the guy before me was this guy. The guy, he sings Kenny Black, Nigerian guy.
Yeah.
He got yeah. He killed. Like, the guy tore the stage up. And so I was next. And me, I brought it all the fire down. It was bad. That bombing was crazy. And I felt like giving up. To answer your question, when I was done with that show, I had another show in Takrade the next Sunday, like the Sunday after the Saturday.
Okay.
I told the organizer I'm not coming. Yeah, because I had quit. Yeah, I told him comedy is not for me. Like, after this, there's no way Charterhouse is going to call me again. And Charterhouse is like the holy grail of comedy.
Right.
When they call you for those 1,000 laughs, it means you, the comedian, you have reached. And there are a lot of comedians who want to get on it. So if you go and you mess up, they are not calling you again. So I was like, this is it for me. But the guy told me that if I don't come for his show he's going to lose out because he had advertised me with another guy. And that guy wasn't a comedian, he was a keyboard, he was a pianist. So I said, okay, no problem. I went to Takrade, and that Sunday, that was when I knew I still had it.
Wow.
It was just a moment of failure. So yeah, after that I was like, okay, then maybe I need to reset and regroup, and then
it's actually a way to encourage someone, because giving up is actually not a thing
at all.
So if you were able to bounce back, and I mean it happens. Bumping is part of the game, like you said. So then I mean,
failure.
You're still here today and you're doing so well.
I mean, I remember there was this time Cheddar, for example.
Okay.
I've performed to Cheddar for like 3 times or 4. All the times I've bombed. I don't know why. So like for some reason, I don't know. Like,
and he kept calling you.
Yeah, I mean, he feels like I can do.
So the bombing itself is.
And some of the things, right? He doesn't call me, but when I get there, I see Cheddar that like I'm bombing. I'm bombing today. I remember there was a time Cheddar was doing they were doing some CEO stuff, fraternity something at the building at Osu where that car is parked. Yeah. So I went there. I was the comedian for the night. The MC introduced me. You know these business people, when they are just exchanging cars and talking their stuff, and they don't want to hear some joke. Yeah. And the MC introduced me. They didn't even clap. Nobody even turned. So I realized that the stage was down and nobody was minding me. So I saw a big rock at Cheddar's house. And then I tried to climb that rock. While climbing that rock, my trouser
got torn.
It torn, yeah. My pants it got torn like from here to the down. And you know what I told you before.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It was one of my toughest days. Yo, I was there.
Just dangling.
No, it wasn't. Places? It wasn't dangling yet. Oh. It wasn't.
Okay. Not yet. That means it did along the way.
Not at all. Not. I am a grower, so doesn't really. You understand, grower? You know what a grower is.
This whole comedy thing getting into it.
You know what a grower is?
Tell me.
A grower.
Tell me.
Okay, it's fine. If you don't know, then it's fine.
I'm not what you are thinking. I want my people to know that I'm not like that.
There are like 2 types of guys. Okay. Like there's a grower and then there's a shower. Okay. I'm not going to go too much into details, but the shower is the guy that like maybe when he takes off his boxers, it's showing. Like he's looking at you. And then there's the grower. The grower, when he takes off, it's like a little.
Do you tell these jokes to your patients when you are in a consulting room?
I carry serious business. I can't be telling shower and grower.
Accidentally, you've not told any of your patients ever like
I have fun with my patients. That I'm not going to lie. That's why I enjoy working in the rural areas where like you meet the classic examples of cases. You meet people who are not exposed to too much social media, people who are down to earth, people who want to talk to you on a personal level. And there are ones that they'll come and all they need is that tender love and care, you know.
How long have you been in the optometry business?
10 years.
Wow.
Completed school uni in 2014.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've been an optometrist so I did my internship at Sawam Government Hospital.
Okay.
And then now, and so from there, I've worked at Del Cielo, I've worked with Gokals, I've worked with Amponsah, I've worked with Wildbog Eye Clinic, I've worked with Heavenly Favored, Godly Favored. I've worked with Godly Favored. I've worked with a lot of eye clinics.
Is there any way your fans can book you personally, or they have to walk in?
Yeah, you know, I've actually attended to some people who are like DM me. Okay. You know, so I don't have like a permanent clinic now. When comedy started picking up, I had to quit like the 8 to 5 regular. So like now I'm more like a substitute doctor. So like if somebody's not around, somebody goes on a 2-week vacation and all that, I fit in for them.
With the kind of personality that you are, what do you think Ghanaians trust the most? Comedian or optometry? Which one do you even think we should believe in you for? Should we trust you with our eyes?
Trust me with your eyes. I'm a damn good optometrist.
Okay.
Yeah, all the people I've attended to, like Nanaba is my patient. I have high profile patients and I have low profile patients like Lexi and all the other comedian friends. So yeah.
You guys have to check your eyes before you get to the stage. And then you can see us clearly.
But sometimes they forget that I'm an eye doctor. That's the funny part. Like there was this time where doing a rehearsal and then I think it was theater. General Tetia and one of the guys, General got hurt. And me and them were looking for an eye doctor. I even forgot. Yeah. Then finally were like, that's why your eye doctor. I was like, I know. So I came. So yeah. I you can trust me with your eyes.
Right.
In fact, even while you're trusting with your eyes, you can laugh and then, tears will be coming out of your eyes too. So both ways, it works.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. Comedy in Ghana as a profession is something our parents are just not for.
Yeah.
How do your people take it? Focus on just optometry. Let's go the comedy. But today, I think they are proud of you when they see you and all that. But how did they take it?
In the beginning,
my
dad was okay. So he heard I was organizing a show.
Normally, it's the dads that have problems.
Yeah. I think my dad kind of believed that he could have been like made something out of his funniness, because my daddy is really funny. Yeah. So he believed he could have made something out of his funniness, and he didn't. And so if I want to make a career out of it, so he actually called me when he saw me organizing my first show on campus. The title was One Sere Jai. And he called me that, do you want to do this? I was like, yeah. He said, this is the career you want to choose. I was like, cool. Yeah. And then he said, okay, go for it. So he even gives me some jokes, to tell, and, all those stuff. Yeah. So he's been really helpful. My mom is like the most supportive mother I know. Yeah. She also was all out for it. And so, yeah, for my parents' side, it's been okay. It's the church sometimes that feels like,
I know a minister.
SD, we are a bit conservative. We are not too out there.
That should let me know. That's in that Ezekiel song on TikTok. Because people say the other people are claiming it.
Yeah, I think it's Church of Christ.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing about Church of Christ and SD is the two have some similarities.
It's like Roman and Methodist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's that small rivalry between them. So the Church of Christ. I think the one that went viral was Church of Christ, because they had earrings and stuff. But SDA people too sing that song in our church, but not with the hymn. There's like some variations and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get much deeper into it. How do you balance these careers, the comedy and then being in the office? Do you have time for both?
Yeah.
Or their mom? Okay, tell me about it. This is let me know.
Yeah, I try to make time for both. Okay. And right now, comedy is taking much of the time.
So is there any way you're quitting optometry?
Oh, no. I actually plan on furthering my studies, with regards to optometry. You see, for me, the grand scheme is that I want to make enough to be able to open more like a mobile clinic.
Okay.
So that I'm able to maybe I wouldn't be the doctor on duty, but I would employ other optometrists to go to the rural areas to take care of. Yeah. That's the whole plan.
Great.
That's my social initiative that I plan to, in the money I'll make out of comedy. So, and I believe that comedy, as it's a career, leads you to places that maybe your profession wouldn't lead you.
Right.
You understand? Exactly. Performing to Akufo-Addo, ex-president Akufo-Addo, performing to GM, performing to Club 100, performing to, these corporate brands.
Wow.
It's not because I'm an optometrist, it's because I'm a funny comedian. Yeah. So I believe that comedy is pushing me somewhere, and the gains from that can be pumped into fueling the impact on eye care. I want people to see.
Right.
There's this amazing feeling when somebody is not seen, and all of a sudden you correct the person they're seeing. It's just beautiful.
So amazing. I like that you love your job and you're willing to go all out for the people you love as well. Looking at both careers again, I know people are getting help from you, helping them with their eyes, making people laugh. Sometimes we forget about the personality. There are moments when you break down, you go through a lot and all that. When it happens, who do you follow? Is it your wife? Is it your father for jokes? Is it your mother? Is it your business that you want to focus on? No, let me do office job more. I mean, there should be just one person who does it for you when it comes to encouragement.
Yeah. When it comes to encouragement, when I'm down, I think help comes from God first. Yeah, I pray to God. I'm a very religious person. I pray to God even before I go on stage. So Yeah, I remember there was a time that I was going through some tough times because I had done a joke that didn't sit well with NDC foot soldiers and the party as a whole. Like everybody was attacking me on a Christmas day. It was really tough for me, and I was just broken, and I was home crying. Yeah, I was just like, what is happening? Like, I'm just trying to make people laugh, and then I had comedians start calling me. Like they were like, even DKB called me. He was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I was like, "Charlie, I'm just broken." I was like, don't let this break you. In fact, try and then make a show out of the ordeal you are going through. And I did a show out of that called Political Refugee. So when times are tough like that, and it happens a lot. In fact, when the lights are down, when you leave the stage and it's you and your own self alone home, it's a bit difficult to cope. But we find refuge in God. We find refuge in friends. And then music. Music really does it for me. I am a choral music person.
Okay.
That's why listening to those kind of encourages you. And I've also kept the perspective that whatever is happening now wouldn't last. Okay. So if you are able to get over it, you use that as an experience. And so when I'm going through a very tough situation, I look at what had happened a year ago and the similar situation I had found myself in and how that situation just went off and I'm still alive. And so this one is just a passing phase.
Right.
So yeah, having that mentality always keeps me going. Like, okay,
thanks God.
Yeah, grieve for a while, but you'll be fine eventually. Yeah.
Talking about this one, let me just pass in through this one, like just real quick. You go through it. And you were like, your comedian friends and brothers were calling and all that. Has there been a moment when you are serious and they even take you petrol? Like, no, like, is it affecting your relationship? Moments when you are serious or they think, nigga, the joke.
Yeah. People don't take us seriously. It's just crazy. Like, and sometimes I get offended. Like, you can see that you are really telling some really like deep stuff. Yeah, your manifest moment, manifest deep.
Okay, yeah.
So you're giving and you're like, hey, my friend, this no be comedy. I'm like, what do you think? Like, apart from comedy, I'm not like a sensible human being. Like, I cannot make sense if it's not comedy. Yeah, it's some way. It's some way, but eventually, when you are serious, people realize that things are serious. You understand? Yeah. And I've come to understand that Ghanaians, our appreciation for comedians is different from how others appreciate comedians. So a Ghanaian will meet you and say, hey, Charlie, you fool. You fool. And it's not an insult.
Right.
He's saying this from the best place of his heart that you are funny. But to say funny doesn't do it for him.
Should I say that's the most used word? Like the funniest thing every comedian used? Like, what's that word? Like, oh, this guy, where Jimmy? Oh, what's that frequent when people use? And it's like,
yes, you fool. You fool, Charlie, but you fool. You fool, Charlie. You fool. Yeah. And some people will meet you and say, where Jimmy? Where Jimmy? But that one, it hurts. I'm not going to like, where Jimmy? Where Jimmy? No, sweetie. Where Jimmy is different from you fool.
Because they are bro fool.
Yeah. It's like, and Jimmy is different from Jimmy. When Ghanaians double the thing, it's an insult. Jimmy is okay. Jimmy. Even Kofi Kinata said it. Belle is okay. But belle is an insult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Ghanaians, when we want to do something, when we want to make something worse, we double it. Like sickness, like jiba. Croissant. Even the gay, they say chum. Like, can't this be just one? Like, what are you doing as Ghanaians? Like, let's settle
you
with
guys.
Okay.
I told you we were going to have a good laugh, but right now, even me, I can't take it. I can't, like.
But don't you hear it on radio?
Okay, it's fine. Let's get
go to
something.
Yeah,
fine. Now we've had a little bit of a convo. We've had some good laugh. I just want to ask some rapid questions. You don't have to think about it. I ask you, answer.
Let's go.
Are you down for it?
Let's go.
Okay. Craziest thing someone has said to you after a comedy show. Men catch me, yeah.
Craziest thing?
Yeah.
Somebody has said to me after a comedy
After a
show.
comedy show.
Huh.
It was supposed to be rapid. You have to think about it. Yes.
But this one has to, like, craziest.
You've had moments on stage.
Yeah.
And you have people coming at you, right after. So you should have that.
Yeah, a lady actually came to me after a show. And she was like, while I was performing, she was just looking at my flap.
Because you don't wear boxers.
No, I don't know. It was a random fan.
Obvious.
And what?
The person just can't come out and come and see that. I just said we are just
you
were not wearing it on stage.
I've told you already, I'm a girl as well. It's not really like evident.
So it was a wow.
Yeah, I think the person was just fascinated by the performance, the talents, the person.
The person didn't say that to you when the person came out. The person said, "Oh, flap."
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. So yeah, I was wow.
Interesting.
Like, wow.
Let's go to the other one. The one joke you regret ever telling?
None.
Okay. The hardest crowd you have ever performed for?
The hardest crowd, Nigerians.
Nigerians.
In Elmina. Nigerians who had come to visit Ghana, they were in Elmina.
Okay.
Hey. Okay. Yeah.
The best thing about being famous?
The best thing about being famous, you get a lot of, when police stop you, yeah, you just smile to them. Like, Obi! Yeah, they don't really.
You can get into trouble for this one.
I've gotten into trouble for.
Because someone said it somewhere that no police didn't because of a friend opinion.
Oh no, mine is like a conversation. Like when police, you know how police.
So you don't tip them. There will be and then
I tip.
You tip.
I tip. Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. A hidden talent nobody knows you have.
A hidden talent nobody knows I have. I cannot do, that thing like people. Oh, that's not a talent. I cannot do. Can you do that? Like, can you roll your tongue?
The worst thing about being famous.
The worst thing about being famous is that you have to smile all the time. God, you have to, like, in public, like, you have to greet everybody. Like, if you meet, and the moment people recognize you, you have to show that face. Like, otherwise they say you're rude. So, like, that's it. That's the worst thing. Like,
but you don't like to smile.
I like to smile, but sometimes I'm not in the mood. Like, you just be minding your business. You are following maybe a bet that is not going well, and then yo Obi, like, hello sir, what's up? Everything cool, senior man. It be so, it's so tough.
Let's go to the next one. Okay, if you could go back in time and change one decision, what would it be?
If I could go back in time and change one decision,
what would it be?
It would be decision. That was my decision.
Yeah. Maybe a decision to go into comedy, a decision to you wanted to be in the field of optometry. Those are decisions you took in your life.
Yeah. If I was to go back to change something, it would be not to sit in front of this guy in Boas. There was this guy that was seated in front. Like, that guy just messed up my first year in Cocoa. Like, elective maths. We're doing elective maths. This was my first time in, like, Kumasi in this school. And this guy seated behind me. Everything that the maths teacher would say on the board, he would say, Eddie, you're right. You bet me. Yeah, right. Like, that guy just met, and I was like, I saw him from better school. And okay. And he would tap me and get me involved in that thing. And it really corrupted my mind. It was there that I got to understand that people's words can influence how you also perceive things.
Right.
If I could go back to change anything, I'm not sitting in front of that guy anymore. That guy was just toxic. So toxic. So toxic.
What is the worst food to eat before going to stage?
The worst food to eat before going to stage is salad. Yeah. It's Ghanaian salad.
That's very healthy.
No, now the salad that has come, it is not really, the salad that has come, if they serve it for you, it's like light soup. I don't know if you have seen it. There's chicken, I went to buy salad one day. The one was like,
that's assaulted. You having everything.
There's too much of everything in the salad.
Yeah, that makes it more healthy. Protein, baby.
The one was like, Pacho, da was some pepper. Not that so like it's a requirement.
They add that to where? Which part?
Well, La Paz. La Paz, you get it. Yeah, La Paz around there.
You are lying.
Okay, it's fine.
Most annoying thing patients do during an eye exam.
Pull out their phones and then watch a video of you in front of them. Like, in front of you, like, hey, wow, doctor. No, that thing is just, I cannot take that. That thing is too much. Just pull out the phone and like, and it's not even just a consult room. If you pick VIP, they obi one kasa home, but it's all both video, no. It's on it. Oh my goodness.
I wanted to ask questions, but
the questions are done.
Let's go on. Like, okay. So now, that was some good laughs you made me had there. Like,
I'm glad I made you laugh.
Okay. I know before you comedians didn't used to post your videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
But people are posting it for you and they're making money out of it.
Yeah. So we decided to post it ourselves. Yeah. What we realized was that it's difficult to like come up with a new joke. Okay. And so when you get some proper joke that works, you have to eat off it. It's just like a musician getting a hit song. Angela, Kwame Eugene plays Angela at every show.
Yeah.
So for me as a comedian, I need to be able to feed on this joke for a while before it gets old. Because once a joke gets old, people don't want to hear it anymore. Yes. They know the surprise, and jokes dwell on surprise. So, who's a punchline there, or no crab come out, the person won't laugh anymore. And putting our stuff out there. Now, this may be the CEO of EcoBank sees it. You understand?
Yeah.
And he wants me to come perform to him. He doesn't want that joke that he has seen. He wants some new kind of jokes. Yeah. But then we also realize that we also need to publicize ourselves as well. So me, for instance, I don't mind putting out my stuff, but you can't put out my stuff without my, like, but there are people who have just breached that protocol and are posting. There are people who come to comedy shows and record your whole set live and go live on like Facebook.
But I know yet. I mean, I've been there countless. Like, people don't allow us to record.
Yeah, but you see people like,
find
people
themselves
sneaking.
doing that.
You see people with their phones here and the camera is just watching the stage and just trying to steal content. I mean, it's a struggle we are going through, but we are thriving through it. We are getting better at it. I put my stuff out. Jokes that I feel like, okay, this joke has served its purpose. How about I give it out to the public? I do that. Yeah.
How is the comedy industry like? How is it doing? The newbies coming in, are they doing like it's supposed to be? Are you people helping these upcoming ones? And I mean, you people that are even already there, how is it like for you guys?
It's a beautiful scene now. Now, Ghanaian, we have like about 40 comedians in Ghana, stand-up comedians. Not to talk of the skit makers.
You see more of the men.
Yeah. I mean, we are advocating for ladies to come join. There's Jacinta, there's Efia Barcelona. Those are like...
Before, I used to see Felicia also.
I said Felicia, yeah. But Felicia just stopped stand-up. Felicia is a funny girl. She just stopped. I don't know why. And she would excel in it if she wanted to. But, everybody has their, targets. And so, I mean, I'm wishing her the best in her field she is in now. Yeah, but like the young ones now, crazy. There's Kwame Obe, there's Gabi Menz, there's Sam Feku, there's Atamle, UPJ. And what we did that helped Ghana comedy was that we tried 3 years ago, to establish a comedy club. It's not an unusual thing in a Ghanaian society where like you expect Ghanaians to come to a club every week. No. We saw that in South Africa when we traveled, myself and Lexi, and then realized every day you could get a place to perform. And the best place for a comedian to hone his skills are these places, so that you try new jokes, you write, and that's your workplace. So you get these new jokes, this worked, this didn't work. Even if you're able to try it on 5 people, it's good for you. So we created that about 3 years ago, and the kind of gems it has produced is just amazing. So the young ones are there, they are doing their thing. Some are old, but they are young in the comedy field. So yeah, it's been great. I actually pride myself with inspiring a lot of Ghanaian comedians. In fact, especially with jokes that are on the edge, like political jokes, religious jokes. Before, you would make those jokes, but Ghanaians would be like, hey, don't talk about our party. Don't talk about. But now, I put my head on the line, so everybody can do that now. Right. Yeah, comedy is.
It's been amazing having you here.
Bad. Comedy Messiah. Because a boss, man, nigga.
Advise us before we go. I mean, we don't end the show without you giving us a word. Yeah. Tell us something.
What's up, guys? It's 2025. It's 2025. Let nobody stop you from pursuing your dream. Let nobody stop you from pursuing what you believe in. If there is something that you strongly believe in your heart that you are good at or can get good at, pursue it. If you're a dancer, if you're a singer, if you're a comedian, if you're a musician, if you want to go to school to do a PhD, pursue it. Don't let nobody stop you from this short life that we are living in, from you accomplishing your dreams. I followed mine, and I'm in a very good space now. I'm enjoying myself. I just celebrated 10 years of stand-up comedy, sold out the Bukum Arena. 4,000-seater Bukum Arena. I sold it out because I pursued my dream. And I'm still an optometrist. So ask yourself, why not? Go for it, okay? Peace.
And there you have it. Thank you so much. This is Obi Amponsah, a man with a vision, humor, and a big heart. And thank him so much for allowing us into his world today. Until then, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.